Hey everybody, it's Lebo and we are at the Pindocs domain, and here we are already diving in deep to try to go look to see how we can go fix up some stuff on this playfield. We've got, of course, this area here that I've mentioned earlier. We've got a little bit of green over here. We're going to try to see if we can do a little bit of something. This one's definitely going to be the biggest challenge, so we've got to come up with a game plan. There could be some stencils involved, some masking involved, but certainly going to be a lot of paint color matching. And we're already kind of starting in here, just getting a quick look to just see here with trying to see if we can make the green match, just get as close as we can color wise. So it is a trial and error process until we can get it looking how we want it, but we're gonna keep moving ahead. All right, so here we've done a little more of mixing of the color. We're pretty close, a little bit more fine tuning, but we're really not gonna be brushing this one on here. At least I don't think so. I think the game plan is we're gonna actually spray it, and then ultimately we'll be coming back over with some clear. But we're starting out here with the green, and then we're gonna move on to the bigger area. And we're gonna go for the brush technique through here. It's filling in. There's putting a little bit of build in just so that it can fill in where we lost the paint before. All right, we're getting close on this one. See a little bit of the edges, but that's kind of going away. But I would just like to point out that this color match, this came together very quickly just by mixing together some of the, the Createx paint. The Pindoc here, a couple things you need to know. Number one, he mixed this up and only had to make like one little correction to get the color right. But the more important thing to realize is the Pindoc is technically colorblind.
True that.
I am not joking. He is colorblind. And daggone, he is good at getting the colors just right. So it's an asset. All right.
What'd you call me?
I think you heard me. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so here we go. We don't have the clear over it yet, but definitely looks a lot better. And we had some green areas up here. They have basically disappeared. We had some that were down in this area, they're gone. Some that were up in here, those are gone. Again, once we clear it, then it'll, see if I get there, you can see the sheen difference, but that should disappear. At least for the most part will. All right, so now what we're gonna do is the big time we've been looking for is this tough area over here. So it's already kind of starting out. Of course, we're gonna have some blue mixing in a little bit of white in with this, and I think maybe a touch of green maybe in there. This whole process, it's amazing how well your eyes can just look at this and try to see what looks right. But it's trial and error. We're going to mix up a little bit, correct it a little, and then just see if we can get something that looks as close as we can. So we're going to keep mixing it up. Just more trial and error. Part of it, got to, like I mentioned before, the sheen or any kind of issues in the grain. I don't want that to throw us off. We're really trying to just check our color match. And I think we're getting extremely close. Some very fine adjustments. The other thing we got to do is right after we throw this on, let's get our heat gun out. Dry it out and see what it looks like when it's dry. It's looking very close, very close. All right, I think we may have settled on the color. It's very, very close. They're right there in the middle. We've got kind of a sample on it, and now some of the surrounding paint in that area has still got a little bit of swirl in it, so it kind of throws things off a little bit. If you look down, down in this area here, and look right there in the center, that's what we've been kind of matching to. And I think we're good. We're going to wipe that off. we've mixed up enough paint here. We're going to thin it so we can put it in our sprayer here. But
take a look at the palette. That's
yeah.
what we're finding.
So that's our final one. We have gone through, this one took a lot of passes back and forth to actually get into the right color. But this ended up being a mixture of, there was blue, some green, black and white to kind of take a gray into it all. But just, like I said, trial and error. All right. All right, so here we've got it. This is our secret sauce. Woohoo! All right, so we've mixed up, this is not a ton, and it's already been thinned out some. We may have to, I don't know if we'll have to thin any more of this or not. This should be enough to be able to cover this whole area. So we're gonna end up repainting all this. Basically, the idea is coming right up here to the black edge, all the way around here. We'll probably have to mask off this white triangle. We'll redo this also just so that it matches. And then we're gonna have to redo all this lettering. So we're gonna wrap this up, at least for right now, and let this set, and then we'll probably pick it up here on another day and keep going. But we'll resume here shortly. And also, just like that, look what we've already made. We've got a stencil here. Again, this is completely the Pen Doctor who has created this. So we're going to be using that here shortly, but it's all in the prep work. So what we got to do now is, there's a little bit of I guess where the paint has worn away. It needs to build up very slightly to try to get this all flat and uniform, and you can feel just a little bit of an edge around the edge. So we need to, around the perimeter, we need to sand all this. Plus, by getting in here, we're going to get a little bit more bite. We're going to use maybe some kind of a filler, like might try putting just a thin skim of water putty to build this up just a little bit, and then we're gonna give it a try, and then we'll see how it turns out. All right, so we put a little bit of, we went with water putty to try to fill in just a little bit to bring the surface up and kind of level. Skimmed it with a razor blade. Got it nice and dry now. I think we're gonna try to do a little tiny bit of block sanding here just to get this flat. All right, one other update here. So you don't see it now because it's already gone. We tried a little bit of water putty on here, and it actually was looking nice and smooth, but as soon as we tried wiping it down, even after it was nice and dry, with a little bit of a wet towel, it seemed to soften up and it was coming off. So we're not going to go with that. We're going to go a different route. Let's try something else. All right, so this time we've actually used, was it the glazing putty? I've used this before, but not on pinball. But yeah, this is kind of a nice way to kind of get that last little bit, or just a nice close.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever used it on a pinball.
I think so. But I have confidence this is going to work out well. This is actually already really nice and flat. We've not done any sanding. We're just letting this kind of set up first. We're going to sand that down. All right, so we have now sanded it, even wet sanded it here to try to get it as flat as we can. So, all right, let's start masking things. So we've got things masked off. It's time to get the airbrush out, and let's lay down this blue, or bluish green. Well, not so fast. All right, so the paint that we mixed up, as soon as we stuck it in the airbrush and thinned it out, we were having some problems with a little bit of grit. It looks like the paint may have had, I don't know, may have had spots where it had already kind of dried and clotted up in it from just being maybe older paint. So gone out and bought some fresh bottles. Unfortunately, we got to mix the color all over again, but got to do it so that we can get it to flow right. So let's do this one more time, see if we can get a good mix up. All right, so we've got the paint remixed. There is the new magic sauce and the new magic sauce applier. All right, let's see what we can do.
Mr. Sauce to you.
right, first little bit. Just pulling off the first stencil tape, and then we're gonna get things ready for putting the black down. We got our stencil on here for shooting the black. It's ready to go. You'll notice around that circle, the way it was originally done, that the black was not exactly centered on the insert, so we're having to kind of be careful about how we get it back on there. It's kind of tricky, but
we're pros.
Yeah, we're pros. Especially the pin dock. I'm kind of like a Padawan here, right? So it is.
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper. Let that dry for a bit. All right, let's pull this off. Now, you'll notice like on some of these letters, we got little floaters, right? What I mean by that is the part of the decal. Like right in here, this letter A, I'm gonna have to get probably some light and some careful hands to really try to pull this up, but we want to get that out without screwing it up. Hope I didn't just do. If we did, we can come back in and just patch it in a little bit of paint. Come on. Oh, it's wanting to come up. Come on, baby.
Sometimes you can stab it.
Oh, yeah. All right, it looks like I might have had a little bit of black I might need to fix in. But, all right, let's get a little more here. We're gonna have to fix that. Let's see in the center. Do we have any of that blue left? Yeah, good. That may have actually pulled the blue up. No, I think it's just a reflection of the tape. Come on. Yeah, some of those with a tiny brush will probably come back in. And so we're not done, but take a look at where we're at right now. This is looking actually really nice. Really happy with how this is turning out. Now what we still need to do, we're gonna put a clear coat over this, and we're gonna have to kind of, there's a way to sort of mist it on there a little bit so that you're not getting an overly shiny texture. You wanna get, a texture that is gonna look, consistent with, everything around it. So you can see like right here, the sheen of that green paint. And now you get right over here on the areas that we have been painting, and it's, right now it's currently flat. So the idea is to, one, protect that paint because it's not protected at all right now. You start trying to clean this up with, naphtha even would probably start ticking
pull it right off. What's up, man?
So, all right, so we've got a clear coat put on here. It's still wet, letting things kind of dry, but I tell you what, folks, we've had a great day. We are going to wrap things up for now, and we'll pick it up next time. We got some more work we're going to share with you on stuff with the drop targets, and then we'll hopefully start putting things back together on this game. All right, we'll see you guys next time.